Hello, everybody. Welcome in. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and today we're going to do the March Astrology and Tarotscope for the collective. If you haven't already done so, feel free to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's jump right into this message. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid. We're going to go through the astrology for March, but the Tarotscope can be applied in so many aspects of your life. So I just feel we're at the beginning of a brand new cycle. We're going into eclipse season in March, and so I feel the energy is shifting. I've been feeling the energy shifting all day. I've been feeling the transfer of codes and the restructuring of the cellular DNA when it comes to the crystalline body. And so I feel we're still dealing with a lot of tense squares with the Aquarian energy along with the Taurian energy. We're going to have the sun entering into Aries, and we're going to have quite a bit of Piscean energy still playing out. So let's jump right into this. I do feel things are going to get exciting, but April is really going to take the cake when it comes to astrology next month. So we do have Venus square Uranus taking place on March the 3rd. And so there's going to be some type of illumination when it comes to romance. I keep seeing the sun with the Knight of Cups with this alignment. So a square aspect is a tense, rebellious aspect. And so this square is Uranus in Taurus and Venus in Aquarius. And so there's going to be disruptions. There's going to be breakdowns. There's going to be tower moments where many areas of our lives are going to be upheaved, especially connected to relationship and finances. And so I also feel, though, this is a good thing, because if there's not mutual reception or mutual reciprocity, if you're in a relationship where maybe the two of you don't really support one another, you can look for new avenues to kind of move beyond a stuck karmic cycle. And so I feel the energy can be inspiring if we choose to explore different avenues and break free from relationship dynamics that really aren't suiting our spiritual path moving forward. And so we might want to reframe our lives, our structure, our beliefs, and we might want to just be excited to do something differently. We do have Mercury conjunct Neptune. And this is like a brand new beginning, the Ace of Wands with the Magician. And so you got the tools, you've got the power. And so if you are really into astrology and tarot and any type of esoteric work or healing energy work, this is going to be a really good time to pay attention to your aspirations, your goals, pay attention to your dreams. We're going to really want to pay attention to what it is that we want to bring into fruition. So really pay attention to your dreams. I feel the Mercury energy is bringing forward information in 5D and above in the astral planes that our unconscious mind needs to know, that our conscious mind isn't really able to fully grasp and comprehend. And so with Neptune in Pisces and Mercury in Pisces, this is a very unique opportunity, I feel, to access a higher consciousness, to go into the unconscious labyrinth of the mind, to receive maybe important messages that we've been missing because we've not wanted to see the signs and the syncs. We've not wanted to take the rose-colored glasses off when it comes to a certain situation. And so this is going to create the perfect opportunity, I feel, to spend some time alone, and to really surround yourself with water to receive the messages that maybe you've been overlooking, because the energy has been a little bit confusing collectively. We are going to have Mars square Uranus at 19 degrees. And so this is like the King of Swords energy with the sun. And so something is going to be illuminated. This could create reckless communication, reckless behavior, but it's also this restlessness. And so channeling this energy, it was like a tingling sensation throughout the body, this overwhelming energy of being compelled to take action towards something. And so maybe just anything at all, anything beyond whatever cycle you've kind of been stuck in. I also feel there's a lot of subconscious masculine motivations. We might not know what's driving our actions because Mars kind of gives into impulses, impulsive urges, passionate urges. But I also feel too there might be an escalation when it comes to a situation that you've been wanting to break free from, but it might require maybe flipping your world upside down. But I feel any limitations, they're just a perception of a limitation. Are they really real? Because we can always kind of choose another path, right? We all kind of have free will to choose a different awareness. And so self-perception is going to be key, I feel, throughout the month of March because of all of the Piscean energies. We really have to learn to choose ourselves, I feel, in the energies of March. We're going to have the new moon in Pisces. That's going to be taking place on March the 10th, and it is carrying with it a vibration of judgment with the Tower. And so this new moon is conjunct Neptune. It is sextile Uranus and Taurus, and so I do feel a very auspicious new moon. It is it's like a setting of the seeds, a potential for setting of the seeds. There could be serendipitous, unexpected encounters or opportunities with soulmates, but ultimately it's like the final judgment or breakdown of a false belief or a false idea or a false commitment or a false partnership. And with the sextile to Uranus, I feel it's bringing the courage to embrace the change and to maybe make peace with an ending that's been long overdue. So there might be some deep emotional conversations with people if we choose to open ourselves up and to trust the flow of life, and that people come and go and ebb and flow out of our lives. And so there's a massive potential for a new beginning, an unexpected new beginning as well at the Pisces new moon. But with all new beginnings do come sometimes very painful endings. We are going to have Mercury entering into Aries, and so this is going to be taking place on March the 9th in my local area, March the 10th, depending on where you are in the world. I'm located Eastern Standard Time. And I'm excited for this. I am a Mercury in Aries, and this Mercury in Aries is like a little less conversation. I keep channeling Elvis energy, and so my grandma keeps coming through. And so it's going to be going retrograde in Aries. And so it's going to be in Aries a little bit longer than the other signs so far. And so this is all about communication. Mercury in Aries, I know I can just fly off the handle sometimes, and I am very direct. I am very assertive in my communication, and I'm not afraid to take on any challenges. I'm not afraid to take action and not dwell on the details. Although I'm a Virgo moon, I certainly don't dwell on the details. I'm kind of like shoot first, aim later. But I'm working on that. And so Aries certainly doesn't overthink. They just deliver. And so with that being said, with Mercury going retrograde, I do feel there's going to be a reevaluation of maybe that communication style. I know I'm already being shown there's a need to reevaluate the deliverance of my communication. I even bought a book on how to deliver better speeches and online presentations that I'm going to start reading this weekend. So I'm excited about that. So there is going to be a retrograde of Mercury in Aries in April. And so this is going to be a very assertive Mercury and Aries energy, and it's going to be a little less conversation and a little bit more action type energy. And so it's going to be active until May the 7th, this Mercury and Aries. And so this is also going to be aspecting Chiron and the North Node, the wounded healer energy. And so we have to finally communicate and address and heal these old wounds. But it will require maybe a new, fresh perspective. Aries is the first sign, so it's the youngest, most free sign, I feel. So how can you really align to your highest potential is what I feel this Mercury in Aries is asking all of us to do, right? Aries is a cardinal energy. It's a leadership energy. We do have on March the 11th, Venus entering into Pisces. And so Venus will be exalted, I feel, in its transiting energies through the sign of Pisces. We need to remember, too, with this great empathic water sign, this Piscean water sign, it is a very compassionate water sign. I always think of the energy of like the Jesus fish or Christ consciousness. We are closing out the cycle of the age of Pisces, and we are entering into the age of Aquarius. And so before the age of Pisces was the age of Aries. And so we are ascending the timeline of the proverbial martyr. And so I also feel a lot of Atlantean mermaid themes coming up again, like the Little Mermaid, a deep dive into the ocean. I think of the Piscean Ocean and the Little Mermaid, and that story of all of those emotions connected to Ariel seeking that divine union with her counterpart Eric, and Eric being misguided and led astray by Ursula, the sea urchin, and how that all comes to play. And so I feel this is also the energy of embracing compassion, but we need to remember with Pisces, sometimes it is so empathic. You don't know where one ends and another begins. So we're going to want to be mindful of that within relationships. But I do feel spiritual connection within relationships is really going to need to be embraced collectively. We're kind of releasing the energy of the seduced sailor, right? The seduced sailor of Prince Eric by the enchanted melody of the karmic. And so this is about really resonating at the soul frequency of the heart for a lot of the divine feminines. We're going to go into Aries season. And so the sun will enter into Aries on March 20th or 19th, depending on where you're at. So happy birthday to all of my Aries out there. This is also the spring equinox. And so this is the very beginning of the new astrological year. So if you're going to set your New Year's intentions, this is the time to do it. This is the beginning of the new year. And so this is a huge cosmic reset for the collective. Aries is like the Nike symbol. Let's just do it. So just do it. Follow your gut. Follow your instincts. Trust your intuition. If you are being guided to take action, just take that leap of faith. That's what Aries is asking you to do. It is the energy of the Fool. It carries with it a vibration of Master number 22. We can rest on our laurels in the lower vibration of Master number 22 and 4. But I feel this is probably the right moment in time where a lot of the divine masculines are going to be ready to take action towards a counterpart union. We do have Mercury conjunct Chiron the same day that we go into Aries season. And so I just feel this is like a hidden opportunity for healing. And so this Mercury conjunct Chiron is going to happen 3 times because of the retrograde. So we have 3 opportunities. Everything in my journey has always happened in 3s, symbolic of the Holy Trinity, the divine Trinity of 3. And so we're going to have a very unique opportunity, I feel, to really look deep at these self-identity wounds. And discover the wisdom in going into the depth of the wounding, because there's a lot of hidden treasures that come to light when we choose to go through this exponential spiritual growth of the deep dive in the Piscean ocean of emotion. And so there's going to be a lot of words, thoughts, memories that are going to trigger a lot of old wounds during this retrograde. It's not going to be an easy period. I think we're all going to be recalling like hurtful relationship endings, hurtful things that people have said, maybe the hurtful things that we've said to another or done to another. It's going to bring up memories of our parents, I believe, from childhood, maybe a sibling, if you're out of touch with a sibling or a peer. It's going to bring up issues of being bullied in childhood. I know for the Chiron and Aries, it's connected to a self-identity wound. The Chiron and Taurus is connected to like a wound of belittlement. And so maybe it was a teacher or a friend that undermined you or bullied you, or somebody that really intentionally tried to hinder your self-confidence in any way, shape, or form, whether it's a work colleague or somebody you considered to be a friend or a peer. And so we're going to be at odds with this inadequacy issue that we kind of got to deal with to step fully into our value and our self-worth. And so this is going to be like a digging into the root cause, or getting to the root issue of what causes this pain and what causes us to reject a healthy cycle within relationships, so we can reframe our understanding of who we are and how we interact within experiences with others. And so I feel this is going to be a really pivotal moment for the collective in March. I'm looking forward to it. On the 21st, we're going to have Venus conjunct Saturn. And so this is a very sobering energy. Saturn is all about discipline. And so I just feel this is going to be at 12 degrees, which is hanged man energy with the Page of Wands vibration. And so a new perspective. And I do feel childhood energy still coming through. And so if you think of the inner child is imaginative, it's empathic, it's explorative. It's got no fears when it comes to all of the dimensions of life. It's very in tune, right? The inner child. Children are very in tune with energy and the spiritual world. And so this is also where we gain like a distorted subjective lens of our life experiences as we grow up. And so the way we were raised will determine our values, our preferences, our likes and dislikes. And sometimes that's not true to who we are. And so I feel Saturn's bringing in a restructuring to our reality and the ability to shift our external reality. Saturn's all about anchoring in something real, something tangible. And so if you've been doing the spiritual work, I feel anchoring in something when it comes to a higher spiritual dimension. I do feel we're being invited to shift our perceptions to be able to manifest something in the tangible reality. What goes up kind of has to come down. And so we do have to take grounded action. And so there's like a spiritual discipline energy to that aspect. And so it's great to create vision boards. It's great to have a vision and to have this imaginative Jupiterian energy surrounding your vision and what it is that you want to create. But you also have to take that guided action. And so we manifest through our feelings, our intuitions, our thoughts, and our deepest desires, and then the belief to face any challenges that we can manifest this. And so I do feel we've got to be at that right resonance to receive the manifestation. We do have Mars entering into Pisces on March 22nd. And so this is like the shapeshifter archetype. The shapeshifter. I don't really care for masculine Piscean energies. I find that to be like the cheating sign of the zodiac, to be honest. And so I just feel like it's the energy, though, of like the shapeshifter. They'll act according to how they need to act in whatever circumstance they're in. They really don't have an identity of their own. And so you can easily be swayed or change your mind based on the flow of people around you. And so there's a lack of self-identity, this Piscean in Mars energy. And so I also feel, though, it's about this understanding that everything is connected with the Piscean energy. I just feel there's going to be a lot of roller coaster of emotions. So with March 25th, we do have the lunar eclipse, and it's going to be in Libra at 5 degrees, 07, Hierophant, Chariot energy. And this is like the energy, let's remember, it takes two to tango in relationships. It's not all one person's blame. It's not all the other person's blame. It always takes two. But we also have to understand both sides of the relationship dynamic. We can't transform our lives for the better without understanding both sides of the perspective, the Aries and the Libra perspective. And so this eclipse is also going to be trine Pluto. And so this is a deep dive into one-on-one connections. We do have to understand our one-on-one connections. It is very important to the spiritual journey. Relationships allow us to grow and evolve. It always takes two to create a cycle. And so there's going to be tensions. There's going to be a very fine line being danced. There's going to be a lot of disruptions. There's going to be a lot of karmic dynamics at play during this eclipse. And so there's going to be epiphanies about relationships, about partnerships, about what needs to end, about what needs to start. Eclipses usually come in to eclipse something out of your life that you've been holding on to, connected to some type of relationship dynamic, because Libra Aries is all about relationships. And so something is going to reach like a karmic culmination point, and it's going to burst. It's like you're going to have to address the big elephant in the room. And I think that's just the beginning of all of these interesting energies that are going to be playing out leading into April, because we're going to have a very powerful total solar eclipse, and that will be conjunct Chiron. And so this is going to be a huge, huge opportunity to reset a karmic cycle and to choose a higher pathway. So that was the astrology for March. Now we are going to jump into the tarot. So I'm going to timestamp the tarot. And let's see what else needs to come through. I feel this is going to be a very illuminating month. So we are going to use the Illumination Oracle deck. There's a lot of vulnerability. So this is like, oh, the very beginning stages of like a new beginning, a renewal. So this is like kind of hiding scared in the grass, very emotionally vulnerable, rebirth energy. It's like the baby deer. So there's huge leadership potential, I feel, in the energies for March. But we got to regain control out of this very confusing Piscean energy. And it may require making amends. It might require actually taking action and going to visit somebody that you owe an apology to in order to manifest hopes and wishes. And so it's never easy to apologize. 2020, everything in hindsight is always 2020 vision. It's never easy to admit you're wrong or apologize, but I do feel a very hefty energy of like a karmic reckoning playing out. So let's go into the Illumination Oracle deck and let's see what's coming through for the month of March. What's the Tarotscope for the collective for the month of March? Keep in mind, this portion of the reading is not sign specific, but I will call out zodiac signs that I do feel need mentioning. So we got stuckness. Somebody's really been stuck. And all of these distorted views of the ego, a lot of negative perceptions, shadow perceptions being projected, I feel. We've got endings. The sun is going down on a situation here with somebody that could potentially have been a life partner. This could be a marriage. This could be just a common law life partner. But there is an ending between two people where maybe at one point in time you thought this was your person. You thought this was the one. It's over. There's a need to regain control. And in order to regain control, the best way to do that is to release. Somebody's really withheld getting unstuck. I think somebody's been trying to read between the lines. There could be a person in this connection hiding the truth, connected to somebody else. Maybe that somebody's been drawn to move on from a situation and they've waited for the right time to deliver this message. And maybe this is the month where somebody says, hey, it's over. I've really withheld this truth, but I feel somebody has been spiraling, definitely in the headspace. Really diving deep, reading into a situation, and they've been hiding the truth about something. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe they're drawn to go to somebody else. Maybe they just want to move on. But I feel somebody's been secretly planning a move, and they're about to deliver a message that something is over. But I feel like this energy of like you've been feeling it building. So I also feel somebody's allowed themselves to stay stuck because they've really been withholding the truth of the knowledge that something is over. Let's go into the Spiritual Journey Oracle deck and let's see what else needs to come through before jumping in with the tarot. There is definitely going to be a paradigm shift. There is a relationship, I feel, rooted in some old, ineffective family beliefs. And so this is about a karmic lesson reaching completion. And so there is a need to detach. There's likely going to be a void after letting a situation go. And we do need that gap. We need that space and time to heal, to go through a realignment with our soul. We need to learn to detach as we kind of let a lesson come full circle. And so sometimes it can take years to let go and detach. And we do need that void where we can shift our perceptions, where we can go into that self-analyzation of where we played the toxic role in a old, outdated pattern within a relationship belief, and how that maybe is connected all the way back to an inner child wound that we need to bring to the surface. And so we all agreed to incarnate here on earth this lifetime to go through this experience of a human existence, to pay back some karma, from past life experience as well. As souls, we came here to evolve. We didn't come here to keep repeating the same lessons. And so we do have to work through a lot of painful experiences along our human existence here. And these are lessons for us to grow, for us to evolve. And so take any karmic lesson or belief that's been keeping you stuck as a lesson and turn that into growth. We can't really evolve until we release control. We can't control another person. We can't make somebody care for us or nurture us. We can only watch out for ourselves. There is something here that has become very unhealthy in a partnership, and there is a need to detach. And if you choose not to let go, the divine plan is at work, and there is coming This big relationship paradigm shift is coming, whether you want it to unfold or not. And so sometimes the divine has to orchestrate unexpected towers or breakdowns to bring meaningful long-term results into your life. And so what is it that you need to let go? Because there is a major integration going on within the collective, connected to us all tapping into our life purpose and our karmic pathway. But there is a very uncomfortable void. After we close one cycle, there is a blank space, a blank canvas before we start the new. So subtract your ego from the agenda. Subtract the ego. It's the ego that seeks to have that tight grip and that tight hold. And there's a situation here somebody really doesn't want to let go of, but there is a higher power at work saying, hey, you got to let this be. Maybe it's time to choose a healing path. I feel a connection here that has maybe taught you in a very negative way. This is not how we explore healing work, though, permanently. And so somebody here, I feel, is being asked to heal themselves and to grow beyond a karmic lesson. Let's jump in with the tarot. It's time to walk away from a situation, and it's time to put in the work. 8-8. And I do feel something reaching full completion by Lionsgate. Lionsgate energy has been very loud. And so this could also be something going back to last Lionsgate, where maybe there was a need to move on from something, but two people like, no, we're going to force it. We're going to keep putting in the work. These two people don't look happy, and they look like they're forcing something that really should have been walked away from, maybe last Lionsgate. There's more to life than arguing and fighting with somebody all the time. So I do feel somebody is leaving a home situation behind. I had a phone call come through. I'll have to get that in a minute. We get the Magician reverse. And so somebody here, I feel, is dealing with some type of an illusion, maybe even a pathological liar or a trickster. This is also the energy of don't deceive yourself. Really choose to listen to your intuition and pay attention to the signs that the universe is bringing forward, because I feel a major revelation that will make everything crystal clear when it comes to some type of trickster situation, and things are going to be balanced out. Oh, look at that. 6 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, and the Wheel. So there's fated, destined movement forward. This is a fated month of deep-seated healing. Going through a process of healing from disillusionment, knowing that it's time to make a choice. So I do feel there is an apology coming. There's also this energy of somebody is really growing through an experience. They're moving from a knight to a king. So there's a spiritual maturation. There is victory after a period of sorrow, and an opportunity to plant a new seed. So there is a karmic rebalancing going on here, and what was unjust will be made right. And so maybe somebody had to pay off some karmic debt in a karmic cycle before going towards some type of union or solid foundation within a twin soul connection. I also feel there is a masculine here healing from procrastination, overanalyzing, and just coming in with a love offer. And I think there's going to be this fickleness, because maybe this person in the past wasn't very trustworthy. But this person is saying, hey, I'm giving you my cup. I'm trustworthy. Can you trust me? I'm coming in devoted. I'm going to honor you. I'm going to love you. I know you're cautious. Maybe you don't trust me. Maybe I burned you in the past. Maybe in the past I hid my intentions. And maybe in the past I was like a little bit of a player, a future faker. But I've got a lot of emotions here. Somebody here hit emotions. And I do feel there's a new seed being planted. So get ready to receive a love offer that you've patiently waited for. And in the past, this person did not come from a place of integrity. So I do feel a win-win situation and an opportunity for wish fulfillment this month. But I feel somebody here is going to have to come out of solitude. By Cancer season, I feel there will be a walking away of a very dramatic situation that has caused somebody a lot of stress. I think the decision is being made in March, and I feel a completion into Leo season is kind of what I'm seeing here. And so get ready for victory. There is an opportunity for a twin soul union here where I feel there is a telepathic connection, but somebody needs to release a connection that is not reciprocal if they are to try a different approach and learn a karmic lesson and evolve beyond this past karma that keeps causing negative impacts this life. So let's get one last message. There is a situation here fraught with deception that does need to be moved on from in order to heal a past misunderstanding. Don't worry, you've got it. You can overcome these obstacles. So get ready. Get ready to receive recognition as well is a big message. And that's kind of what I got for what we can expect ahead for March. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you'd like to book in with me, check out the description box below. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.